Welcome, folks, to another video of Don Weber Forest Recovery. I'm down here in another little piece of woods that I got, and today's job is over the winter. I bucked up some trees down here, which means taking a whole tree and cutting it into lengths like this, which are called rounds. Some people call them blocks. I think that's depending on what part of the country you're from. I call them rounds. And so I'm going to get these split and get them in my pile for probably for next winter. And so here's a little bit about the equipment on this job. This is the first splitter I bought, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. And this is one of the smallest, most basic splitters that there is. It's from Harbor Freight, and but it does the job for me. I'm not here to set the world on fire. There's no trophies or medals to win out here, so this little splitter just keeps me going and makes me real happy to have it. And then I have the splitter hooked onto the back of my little wagon, and so that when I move from spot to spot in the woods, I can do it all at one time. And then I have it hooked up to my lawnmower, which is quite the little beast, and it pulls the wagon and the splitter just fine, 23 horsepower. So I just wanted to say a little bit more about forest recovery, and what I'm really doing on this piece of property is this property is mostly locust, almost all locust trees. And the problem with this property is why it needs some recovery work is it's too thick. You shouldn't really have any two trees closer than 8 feet apart. If they're closer than that, like right there, there's 2 trees, actually 3 trees. They're just competing with each other, and they're just, neither one of them are going to grow to their full potential. And so I will be taking out probably that one there on the left, and it's got a bunch of bark coming off of it, and all the trees that I take out of here are already in a state of decay, whether they have mushrooms growing on them, bark's falling off of them, they got hit by lightning, or they're just too crowded with each other. So forest recovery is, really taking out, thinning out the trees, and just making it a healthier forest, a healthier, more productive stand of trees. So that's my plan for today. As I go through the day and go through this project, I really want to talk more about how is this particular day, how is this particular job really helping me to improve my mental health. I'm down here in the woods. I feel happy. I got this little splitter that's about 40 times better than using an axe. I got this lawnmower that can pull it for me. So what isn't there to be happy about? I'm getting firewood to heat my house. I love having a wood stove and heating my house with it. So I really want to try to, as we do these videos and have you come with me and do this work, is to really start explaining more about what forest recovery is, but really more importantly, how do I use forest recovery to help me recover my mental health. Alright, so I'm going to get going, and we'll get back with you after I get some splitting done. Alright, till next time. one thing as I was just splitting there, and made me think about something to share with you guys, is people who deal with mental illness very often are very disempowered people. So one of the things that running this splitter and doing this kind of work is that splitter gives you 20 tons of splitting force at your fingertips. Anybody can have 20 tons of power at their fingertips, and it's just a great feeling. A lot of people have never run an internal combustion engine or a hydraulic splitter like this. Chainsaws that I use, the bigger the better. I love it. So reestablishing our self-empowerment can be done through work like this, or very many other different ways. Reestablish your self-empowerment. Alright, I just got that load split. I'm going to unhook the splitter, leave it here in the woods, take that up and unload it into the bin. So I'll see you up there. So one thing I'm still learning is I forgot to make a little video when I brought the wagon up here, but that's the wagon that did have the wood in it, and that's I call it a bin, but it's a wire fence corral. And when I'm just throwing wood, this is from my house, and the pieces of wood are only 12 inches long, so I don't stack this, and I'm not selling this. And I got it up on pallets up off the ground, and so I threw all that wood in there. I got that's all for next winter. There's another one that I used half of it this winter and I topped it off. You can see the bright colored wood there. And that one right there, that's a big one. That I harvested that wood in the winter of 2000, what would it be, 2018, 2019? Yeah, not this last winter, the winter before. So this coming winter, that'll be one of my main supplies. Over here, this little shed, this is something I really enjoyed making. This is made out of pallets, and I love making stuff out of repurposing material. And I did when I first made it. It was full of wood. I filled it it was probably full for 2 years before I could use it up. I'm in the process of getting it all cleaned out, and I'm gonna put external walls on it for sure, if not internal as well. And gonna park my little tractor in here when I bring it home. So just a great little shed, all made out of reclaimed lumber. That floor used to be a fence, and it's on top of pallets, and it's got used tin roofing on it, and it's just a great little shed. I love it. Alright, I'll see you down in the woods, going down and split another load. Probably only got one more load and I'll be done. Well, there it is, load number 2 right there. And I got the splitter hooked up because I'm moving to a different spot in the woods. I've been wanting to make that little hitch for the longest time. I finally did it. It just makes me feel so much better to get something done that's just been bugging me in my head, and just get it out of my head and get it done. So now I can move my splitter and I move the wagon. So I'm going to take this load up and get her unloaded. Can you see that right there? That's a morel mushroom. One of the nice things about when I started working in the woods, I discovered mushrooms. This is a very edible, very desirable mushroom. There's only 2 of them here, so I don't think I'm going to pick them. I'm not going to make a meal out of them, but I've eaten lots of them and really enjoy them. Okay, that's a little bonus footage. It makes me feel really good when I can be self-sufficient, feed myself.